WWF win in a match where you eventually, as the story unfolds and keeps going, you find yourself rooting for them. I think a second video just started. God damn it. Anyhow, I'll just wrap it up soon. I might as well talk for a few more minutes since I'm going to have to post this as two videos apparently. Yeah, so The Rock wins and the WWF, the WCW, ECW are officially in kayfabe now. Dead. Even though both companies have been dead for many, many months by this point. The next night, Austin go full-blown heel. RVD and Austin would turn babyface. Angle would turn heel. Oh my god, Ric Flair would come back. It would be there'd be a shitload of madness over the next few. Say you were a person at the time, middle class, deciding the holiday season coming up. I'm going to turn off cable. I don't need cable for the holidays, turn it back on in mid-January for the and get caught back up in pro wrestling during the Rumble. You come back, if you turn off your cable in early October and came back in mid-January, holy shit, you came into a new world of pro wrestling. What the fuck happened? I need a whole J.K. Rowling novel worth of index to explain what the fuck has happened over the last 3 months. Eventually, Jericho become the first ever undisputed champion. Triple H would come back and they would main event WrestleMania. The NWO would come to the WWE after the Royal Rumble. Good stuff were on the horizon. I actually prefer the era of WWE from post-invasion to the draft far more than the invasion era. I thought Ric Flair and Vince McMahon butting heads was interesting. I thought Chris Jericho's world title run was good, except for the build to Mania, of course. I liked how he was. It was nice to have a champion who was young, fresh. It was his first title run, and also was he's wrestling every week, and not wrestling guys you would expect to see it taking on the world champion on TV matches. He was fighting guys like Taz and Spike Dudley. Not just your Big Shows and Undertakers. It was really, I think Chris Jericho's run as the Undisputed Champion is unappreciated. And I've also done a video, and go watch my old school wrestling thing. This is actually a playlist. I'm going to add this to my playlist of old school wrestling on my channel. And you go to my earlier videos, the only non-pay-per-view thing I ever talked about was the feud between Jericho and The Rock that was happening between this time. Because I really think that was one of the rare situations where it's hard to imagine them getting it better. The Rock had limited time left as a main event guy. He knew he was going to Hollywood. He had months. He had SummerSlam to WrestleMania left in the business as a full-time wrestler. And he used it to get over one person. One person. And it wasn't him. It was Chris Jericho. And that time he used all of his efforts to let you know that Chris Jericho was the fucking man now. And that Rocky doesn't get enough credit for that. The storyline, the feud doesn't get the credit. The matches they had do not get the level of appreciation. People always talk about, anytime you see anybody talk about Brian Zane is doing his run right now, covering the invasion angle throughout the whole year. It's actually been really fun to go back and watch. But even he doesn't seem to fully appreciate just how special the Rock and Jericho feud was. We get lots of wrestling feuds that are stretched out over years, damn near done to death, and even rushed. But this one, just over a course of 4 months, they created a storyline and a rivalry that I think should be in the echelons of pro wrestling. I really do. Yeah, I hope you all appreciated this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't just watch my stuff. Go watch anything you can find about Survivor Series 2001. It is a terrific show. I think there's a few matches that could have been cut. There's a few matches that could have gone a little longer. But overall, it's one of the finest events in a show that is, quite frankly, over the last few years, been taken for granted. Either way, I'm Jake Davis. I'll catch you on the fly.